Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. As you can probably tell, I'm doing my vlog series for Florida. I'm so completely dead. If I don't look dead, I feel dead. Believe me, I feel god awful. It is currently all the clock here, but it's Roman numerals, and I can appreciate not everyone can read Roman numerals, but it's currently like 5 o'clock. We're leaving the house at 5:30 and we are going to Edinburgh Airport, and our flight's at 9:25. So I'm just in the kitchen just now. I'm just gonna get a drink because I'm like my throat and my eyes, everything's like sandpaper. So I'm just gonna go and get a drink, put a few more bits and bobs into my hand luggage and whatnot. And that's probably pretty much me, and then I'll just jam out to some Disney's tunes in the car. So I'll see you there. Got a plane to catch. Stop. Run duty free. Looking at alcohol, of course. So, finally got something to eat because I'm dead. I need something to eat, and we're in Costa. A bottle of water, which is a godsend, and a bacon roll. And Mum is having, what are you having?
Cheese and ham croissant.
And some sort of coffee.
Americano.
There you go. And Dad is, look at that. Can we just take a minute to appreciate the size of that coffee and the fact it has 2 handles? And what are you having to eat, Dad?
Bloomer.
Well, I think it's got egg and sausage and everything in it. It's like a full breakfast and a sandwich. So that's everything. Don't know if you can hear me through the noise of the plane, but yeah, we're on the plane now. We've been on for 2 hours. We're due to land in New York time, 11:20, which is so weird because it's 11:45 right now. So yeah, I've just finished my meal. It was okay, and they keep giving me drinks. I've got like Sprite and water, and there's one good thing about my chair. Look, see my bag's away, but can you see all that legroom I've got? I have a window seat, of course. A little bottle of water, a little bottle of Sprite. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna go for a nap, listen to Disney songs, and I'll see you there. I have a television, but it's out of operation. So everybody's television works fine. Mom's watching something, but I have no idea what. I think she's actually watching Beyonce or something. When we're in New York. Bye! Waiting for Casey's in New York Airport. Arrived in New York Airport and it's taking forever. So we're in New York Airport. We've landed in New York ahead of schedule. It's like 12 p.m. New York time, which is crazy because we left like our flight was like at 9, so it feels like we haven't spent any time at all. Currently bag watching. Sorry about the lighting. We are now finally in Orlando at the other side, if you're wondering why I look like poop. I just came off one of the world's most terrifying flights. I'll tell you about it later. I'm just watching the bag just now while my parents go and get the rental car, so I'll see you then. Much to my disappointment, we're going for this car. Didn't want this car, it's green, I don't like it. I wanted this car. It's cute, it's small, but no, my dad's like, that's a Hyundai, I can't drive a Hyundai. So, we're stuck with this thing.
It's alright.
I don't know.
Chevrolet.
It's a Chevrolet, whatever that means, but I prefer that wee guy down there.
That's a Hyundai.
But it's cuter. So inside of the car, leather seats, not bad. And how weird is this? Look, Dad is on the left hand side. Leather seats, which is good, so just biggest challenge now, drive home, get home, go to bed. After one of the most stressful car rides and terrifying plane rides, we are finally here. I think it's 10:30. We've been awake near enough 23 hours. I am exhausted. I'm in my room just now. We're staying at a place called Secret Lake Drives or something like that, and we're staying in the block of apartments called Bird of Paradise. Yeah, sorry about the lighting. I look really orange as well. I've just got one little lamp on, and yeah, it makes me look really orange, but then again, I look really, really crappy. I've been up 23 hours. But yeah, I wanted to talk to you about the plane ride I had. So we had 2 plane rides. First of all, it was Edinburgh to New York and then New York to Orlando. And New York to Orlando was one of the worst plane rides I've ever experienced in my life. I actually thought the plane was going to crash and I was going to die. It started off all okay, it was fine. Well, no, actually, it started off like, first of all, the pilot, or as they call them, captain, took off really fast. And when we were in takeoff, the turbulence was like a lot worse than what it was in the first flight, but it wasn't that bad, but it was still like a lot more noticeable. But that was fine, I could handle that. Then I was following the map on the flight because I wanted to see where we are, and we got to Jacksonville, and then we were almost at Florida. We were literally like 15 minutes at Florida, and then when we got to Florida, the plane on the map turned and was going backwards, and we were all like, why is the plane going backwards? And I kind of thought maybe it was a technical hitch in the little television we had on our plane. But yeah, that's what happened, and we were going down. Our altitude was like 14,000 feet, and then it went to 12,000 feet, and because we were descending down into Florida, and then it just stopped at 12,000 feet, and we were circling away from Florida back to Jacksonville, and I was like, what is going on? And then after we'd circled all the way from Florida up to Jacksonville, all the way up past Jacksonville, it was like we were going back to South Carolina, and I was like, where are we going? And it turns out after we'd been circling Jacksonville in Florida for about the best part of 40 minutes, the pilot told us that there was a really, really, really bad thunderstorm in Florida, and Florida airport had been closed, so we couldn't land. So all we could do was circle around until it opened up. And he's like, oh, I'll get more confirmation in the next 10 minutes and I'll let you guys know. 10 minutes came, and he's like, oh, okay, they say they're going to open the airport in the next 45 minutes. And we're like, what? We've already been circling for an hour and we have to wait near another hour? Okay. So yeah, then he contacted us again in about half an hour, and he basically said, oh yeah, no, Orlando says we're not going to open the airport until, it was like 5:10, and it was about like 4:10, and we're like, what? so it's not going to open for another hour now. So basically he said we were running low on fuel, so we had to make an emergency stop in Jacksonville. So we had to fly back from Florida back down to Jacksonville and land in Jacksonville. Let me tell you, the turbulence from Florida to Jacksonville, well, mainly on top of Orlando, was the worst turbulence I've ever experienced in my life. I'm not kidding. I thought the plane was going to crash. My heart was in my mouth. I was crapping myself. The turbulence was so bad. Even my dad said, and he's been on a hell of a lot of flights, said that's the worst turbulence he's ever experienced. There was one point the turbulence was so bad, everyone in the plane screamed. They actually screamed. I thought we were going to die. I legit thought, oh my god, the plane's going to crash. We're going to die. But we landed in Jacksonville. We got emergency gas and I was crapping myself. I just wanted to get off at Jacksonville. I was like, I don't care. I want to get off in Jacksonville. If I have to like spend 3 hours in a car driving from Jacksonville to Florida, I will. I don't want to spend another minute in this plane. But obviously, you know, we couldn't because our luggage was getting to Orlando and it wouldn't get to Jacksonville. So after we'd spent about another 45 minutes in Jacksonville airport filling up, we took off again. The takeoff was a hell of a lot smoother. I was actually watching Animal Planet, or no, it was Nat Geo West, and it was Animals Gone Wild. I didn't have earphones on, so I was literally just watching it, and it was like calming me down a lot because it took my mind off it. And I was just saying, I don't care. It's just as long as the turbulence wasn't as bad as it was before, because I'm not kidding, the turbulence was so bad. I thought the plane was going to crash. I thought I was going to die. But there was a little bit of turbulence, but it was really, really manageable compared to what it was before. The landing in Florida I thought was going to be god awful, since when we flew over Florida before, the turbulence was horrible. But by this point the airport had opened back up and the storm had cleared, so there was like more or less no clouds. But that was terrifying. Our flight was an hour early and then it ended up being 3 hours and a half delayed. And then obviously we got our hire car, as you've seen, and my dad has never driven in America, doesn't know how to drive an automatic, is really, 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 really tired and sleep deprived, and is driving at night. So that was really stressful as well. At one point it was so stressful I actually thought I was going to be sick in the car, which didn't help. But cute story. We were driving past all the Disney parks, because literally where we stay is, I think, a 20-minute drive from the Disney parks. I think the closest Disney park to us is Animal Kingdom. But yeah, we were passing them, and at one point we had to do a U-turn because we missed a cut-off or something, and my mum was like to me, oh look Rachel, there's fireworks out there, and I'm just like, oh, fireworks, and I instantly felt better. So yeah, I'm really, really tired and I absolutely look like crap, and I don't care. I'm gonna head to bed. Tomorrow we've got Magic Kingdom first thing in the morning. Our first fast pass is scheduled at like 5 to 10. So yeah, I haven't had anything to eat either since 4 o'clock. I'm starving, I'm dehydrated and I'm tired, but the restaurant here's closed, so I can't get anything to drink or eat. Plus, I don't want anything to eat. I wouldn't have minded a bottle of water, but that's not an option. I'm just gonna go to bed and pass out. So I'm gonna end day 1 here. Hopefully there's no more scary incidents, because I'm not kidding, I thought I was gonna die, and all I could think about was there was babies in the plane, and all I could think about was, oh my god, these poor babies. That's like literally all I could think about. And then when I got off the flight, I started thinking about those poor people that were in the Orlando massacre and all the people that have recently died, and it really made me appreciate my life. I know this sounds really melodramatic, but honestly that's how scared I was in this flight. I actually thought my own life was going to be taken from me. So never stop appreciating your life, honestly guys. And if I could give one more tip before I end the vlog, if you're on a flight and they tell you to sit in your seat and fasten your seat belts because there's turbulence or you're landing, or it doesn't matter, if they tell you to sit in your seat and fasten your seat belt, bloody well do it. They're not doing it for a joke, they're doing it for your own safety. There was a guy in the plane, and when we were going through really bad turbulence, he decided, oh no, I'm going to like get out my seat and go to the bathroom. The staff on the plane had to basically shout at him to get in the plane. And oh my goodness, it was so funny because the woman tried to get to the toilet and there was a massive queue for the toilet. And we had to ask everybody to sit back down again so we could take off after we landed in Jacksonville. And this woman started kicking off and fighting with this flight attendant. And eventually she's like, what is your name? And the flight attendant goes, Donald Trump. It was the funniest moment in the whole flight. Okay, I've rambled enough. I'm gonna head to bed. Sorry if like the footage of me right now is like really crappy, but my arm hurts and I just really tired. So I'm gonna end this vlog here and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow for Magic Kingdom fun. Bye!